welcome back. The Beautiful South were one of the most successful bands of the 90s, but at the height of their fame, singer Jacqui Abbot left the group.
More than 10 years later, fellow band member Paul Heaton decided to track her down. Now the pair have collaborated on a new album, about to go on tour.
Well, Jacqui Abbot and Paul Heaton join us now. Very good morning to you both. Lovely to see you here. You're going to explain what is quite an extraordinary story in a minute. First, we're going to look at some of the songs from Beautiful South.
When he's at my game with a big fat A.
Trip down memory lane. Morning, both.
You're both kind of reminiscing.
Years. Trying to work out
1996.
88.
Come on then, let's just deal with what happened. Why did you leave?
I had a very young family at the time, 2 and a 4-year-old. And my youngest son was diagnosed with autism around about that time. So a lot of pressure was building in me to sort of need to be at home, really, because I was actually a single parent as well, so it was best for me to go home and just be there with him.
And is that what you've done? Did you stop music completely? Yes. So you've been a mum and done that?
Yeah, well, I did other things as well. For the first few years, I was just concentrating on being with him and then settling him into a new school. And then I started to think, what can I do? Which I did. I went into college. I started volunteering. I actually qualified to be a teaching assistant, but then I was volunteering for likes of age concern and things like that, and as well getting some other little qualifications at college. But then that just filled 10 years, 11 years.
Paul, so the other side of the story. One day she was there, the next day she was gone.
she wasn't there. Yeah, she left, you know, for her own reasons, and I didn't want to. And we didn't really contact each other for 10 or 11 years. And then the opportunity arose. A friend of mine, Gary, said she's on one of the social media sites, and I contacted her through there, and she gave me a response, and I was all excited.
What was the first message? I'm always fascinated.
Just like a hello, how are you? Is it Jacqui? Because she was under a different name.
I was under a different name.
And I looked at the photos, and I thought it looks like Jacqui, but I couldn't be sure because it was sort of masked a little bit. And so, is it Jacqui? And she said, yeah. I said, it's Paul. You're like that. And he was like, really? And I was really getting quite emotional. I'm sure Jacqui was. And then we met. We had a phone call and we
met up at the pub in Salford, at his pub in Salford, and it was. I just remember the taxi pulling up and absolutely shaking. I was like, really? He's there on the street. He's there outside the pub. But I got out and it was just like, are you okay? Are you okay? And then we just talked, and that was it. And then we had just long conversations about everything and laughed about everything, and it was great.
It's interesting, isn't it, that you can have those moments which are sort of perhaps a misunderstanding and then just lose touch when actually, you know, you're still great friends, really.
Yeah, we picked it up where it sort of left off, and it was silly of me, really, because I thought, I had a feeling there was no sort of bad air or anything. There's nothing there to be cautious about, and as soon as I made the connection, and as soon as we played a little gig the other day, a little warm-up gig, and I really realised that looking at the audience, everybody was looking at Jacqui and how good she was and how great a singer she was, and I was thinking, you're a fool, you've missed out 10 years of being able to, you know, sing with Jacqui. So. And
you've been writing songs. I mean, you have got the most lovely voice.
Thank you.
And you've been writing. Had you sort of over those years been writing songs with Jacqui in mind? Then?
I had, yeah. There was particular songs. There was a song on Acid Country, and I really. There was only one person to sing it, and yeah, as I said, a bit stupid, but I'm forgetting about that now because this new album's given me the opportunity to write again. As soon as she agreed to do it, I went away and wrote specific songs, and songs like the single, the diction and the tone had to be Jacqui. So
I think we're going to see one of the songs now, which is DIY. Let's have a look.
Some girls lose the boys after years, some lose them right at the start. Standing in line is a question.
So what's going on there? Because you were just saying, is it Johnny Vegas?
Johnny Vegas directed the video, and it was fantastic. The whole day was really,
How did
really
that
a lot
come
of fun.
about?
I've done a few favours for him. He does a lot of radio work, and I've written a couple of songs for his radio programmes. And so recently he got back in touch and said, I think it's my turn for the favour, can I do a video for you? And he did the storyboard, the idea for it and everything. It was great.
He often has quite unusual ideas, doesn't he?
He does, and you can see I'm painted head to foot in silver there, and I had to keep still for a whole video, which is a rarity.
I got the better end of the day, and it was amazing seeing him sit still for that long and not say anything.
Tell us about, I love the one, I'm Not a Muse.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of a lyrical oddity. I suppose it's about my time in the record industry and having a little dig at other people, but it's quite a fun song, really.
I talked about I'm not. You tell me about the rest of the words. I'm not in a band.
Because Daddy didn't understand. It's a sort of anti-rebel sort of song, but you know, like a poke in the ribs of people who think they're rebels.
And that's your favourite as well, isn't it?
It is my favourite as well.
Why?
Well, just I love a lot of them on the album, of course, but I think really when we were on the day that especially when we went in for the final hearing of everything, we had sat through the whole thing. I'd kind of heard, I'd been in the room as well when he'd gone through to sing it, and there was little nuances in his voice that made me laugh, and the little cockney twang he does in his voice on the bit of the song. So I just grew even fonder of that one, especially. So when we heard it in the final playback, I was like, I love this. I know that sounds daft, but I thought the world of it, and I kind of prodded him when he was sat listening, and he went, but I was like, I do. It's one of my favourites.
Jacqui, I'm intrigued. In that period of time, so you're looking after your kids and you start retraining, you get jobs and whatever. Were you weren't singing professionally?
No.
But I mean, it sounds a bit silly, but you sing at home?
Yes, to the annoyance of my children, yes.
So you were kind of practising in front of them?
Yeah, well, you know, in a separate room with music on, very loud, which my son was always annoyed with.
Right.
Not in a bad way, but he'd be trying to concentrate on other things like, Mum, turn it down.
And did people, I mean, you said you were going for jobs and things to retrain. Did people know about your past?
Yeah, they did, yeah, because it's St Helens, it's not a particularly big town, you know what I mean? And obviously the band were really successful, you know what I mean? But I think Paul, you said the other day, because when I did start with the Beautiful South originally, I did come from a pretty normal life, you know what I mean? I was working in a shop at the time, and then got the chance to go from that into the Beautiful South, which was just incredible. So it wasn't that difficult to sort of settle back into another normal way of living.
Isn't it? A superwoman of the pop world. She puts on her super clothes and then steps aside back into normal life.
What do your children think of it, though?
Well, my oldest son did come to a couple of things around about that time, because he's between like 3 and 4, and he was still there then.
Yes.
My youngest son, not so much, but now I think, and as well over the last few years when my youngest son's been in school, the one with the autism, they've tried to show him videos like, that's my mum, my God, what is going on? Do you know what I mean? Why? But I think my oldest son now, especially, he came to the 8th when we did the 8th into that, and he was just, he had vague memories of it, but he just came and he went, Mum, that was just fantastic, do you know what I mean?
Bless.
Last time I think we saw you here, Paul, you were off on a big cycling trip, and you were doing gigs in pubs as you...
Yes, that's right, yeah, and which was fantastic. And Jacqui's going very quiet at this point because I think she feels as though I might drag her out on a bicycle.
Oh, yes, a tandem, possibly.
Yeah, a tandem, but no.
I can picture it now, singing as you go along.
I'll give it a try, I really will.
Yeah, that was a fantastic experience, and fantastic just to see all those different parts of Britain that I hadn't seen before, and all those great little pubs that we ended up in.
How many miles did you do?
I did 2,500 on the second one,
Goodness me.
and 800 on the first one.
And you see, you two getting back together as you have, it's sort of like a blueprint for all those bands and all those people in the music industry who've fallen apart, haven't they? Just, making the effort, who knows?
Yeah,
who knows what can happen?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, you mean for us?
Well, I mean, no, but it happens in creative industries where people kind of they think there's a fallout and then they don't speak for ages, and then someone, you reach out.
They can. I think when people are on tour, and Jacqui left while we were on tour, I think all sorts of things can be said or felt that aren't true at all, and I think a tiredness can cause all sorts of feelings in your head, and we've never had a fight in our lives, and I'm sure most people in bands have never had a proper argument about anything that's been actually done or said. It's
older and
wiser. It's inspirational to hear your story. Thank you very much for telling us.
Cheers.
Thank you
Thank you
both.
very
Good
much.
luck as well.
Cheers.
Paul and Jacqui's new single, DIY, the album What Have We Become, are out on the 12th of May.
That is all we've got time for this morning. Charlie, you'll be back tomorrow, and also EastEnders actress Natalie Cassidy is going to be one of our guests.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.